I don't know, I could swear I heard something. Students are warned to steer clear and wait for goddamn reinforcements. When it's some goddamn... It's like this is the same building, too. Look at all this time I got. Just giving everything a thing to do, huh? Have a little restraint, please. Like, it would have been kind of neat if they tied the upgrades to score in some regard. It's like, well, you also have to have X score in order to be able to buy upgrades of tier Y or something, you know? Smooth music. Oh no, not the Inkians. They are called Inkians, right? Let's call them that. What's that all about? I'm thinking back of some playthroughs, and one that I can't believe I almost forgot about was Gunpoint. That was a nice game. So a game that I really want to play is a Bionicles game for the PlayStation. I think it was for the PlayStation. Bionicle Heroes, maybe? As we all know, big fan of the LEGO games, and that one is a first-person version of the LEGO games. Is that actually the Blob? Because I'm pretty sure none of the Prismiums have color scheme, have, like, no legs. Wow, you're a fucking celeb, man. Jesus. Level that up. You're a radical. You're a radical, Artie! They're gonna throw you in jail! But I did touch it, so... all I had to do was believe! Green, right? Yeah, green. It's slightly hard to tell. Like, the indicator is not as clear as the actual... like, in-game, the little indicator in the HUD is not as clear. I'm pretty sure the library does not have an official political stance on batons, though. There's plenty of school curriculums probably use batons. Ah! I like his hat spinning. No. Just didn't show up. As well as I imagined it did. Just love how that play sticks out. But it's been like 1 day! Why are there already people who failed their studies? Jesus, this goes fast. It's like 24 hours later. Everyone's in jail. Whoop! This is terrorism. I'm now officially this just completely demolishing public property. Those doors were expensive and somehow installed in 24 hours. Like, at least have a time scale of like a little bit later, or sometime later, or something. Because the fact is, it's implied this all happens in a 24-hour period, and it does not make sense that it would. So where's this? I guess that's this one. That's a poop joke. You put shit in a bag. You put poopy in a bag, and then you put poopy in a bag, and then you light it on fire, and then someone tries to kick it out, and they get poop on their shoes, and they may suffer severe burns depending on what kind of poop you're using. But severe burns are extremely funny. There's nothing more funny than losing than just losing a limb. You know. What's funnier than having one? Not having one. Therefore, the logic is... Oh, wow. What the fuck? I'm sorry. When did this become an Arcopolis? You tell me, Mother Clucker. You should tell me. Because I have questions and no answers. That does explain how I'm supposed to get up here. I guess I do have some answers. I have, like, tiny baby answers. That are not big enough. I'm unsated. I require more. Blanks unleashed. That's racist. These blanks have as much right to life as everyone else. Then what are blanks? Is it basically like what happens when you give a cat question like no, like catnip? Is that what it is? It's like an involuntary brainwash state. And that's a question that I don't think people ask themselves often enough. Is if someone's brainwashed and they're like, I don't want to go back, is making them go back a good thing or a bad thing? Great, excellent, fantastic, amazing. Like, I know it's a weird question at the surface level. You're like, yeah, it has to be that, but what is the like? What point does you actually changing your mind and becoming like brainwashed? There are gradients to consider that make the question kind of awkward the more you think about it. Anyway, there's a billboard. Swoosh. You can tell the instruments apart now. Now that I know what to listen for, that's the instrument you get is actually dependent on the color you have. That's kind of a neat detail. We all know my stance on neat deets. We all know the official Sapphire Crooks channel policy on that. Neat deets get a thumb up. Go! I imagine that's what the sign says. And there's nothing you can do to convince me. I will build a religion around this to protect myself. So what's your religion? Well, my religion is that the color blue is the best color. And by making it a religion, you can't, like, tell me to go fuck myself without being arrested. For crimes. Just crimes. You're asking me to perform dangerous stunts on school grounds? I'm pretty sure the dean is not going to be happy about Animal House. Yeah, this is a surefire way for everyone to get fired. This is just not gonna fly, man. Paint it all brown! Look at that luscious brown. Just gonna rub my face to make all the brown everywhere. Delicioso. Whoosh. Gotta get all the spots. Now the professor's gonna be like, you know, you could have just waited and done all this when there wasn't poison all over the place. And I'm like, yeah. 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 Professor's like, God damn it, Blob, don't you nya me. Oh, you're energetic. I mean, he made it pretty easy. This was not a tracking check you can fail. Fun fact: D&D does not actually support gradient successes. You either succeed or you fail, and people tend to make like, oh, but you like that doesn't technically exist in the game. Pathfinder technically has it, but it's still like hard success or hard failure. Anyway, these jackasses are back. They really up the slam cost so that you need to buy the upgrades to keep up. Which just kind of sucks. I need to get red. What the? Masterful, amazing, fantastic. Yeah, I need a lot more yellow for this to work out. In my favor, that is. Can always just work out in their favor. Do you want yellow? I got yellow. You want some blue? This music's freaking violinist is just like, yeah! That's a lot of red. Car. Yay! Successino. And what do you say? Oh. AKA that thing that cost me an insurmountable amount of pain to do. Lubberly. Very, very lubberly. Don't like not even count to completion first. God damn it. Yep, papa. What you got, boy? Someone give this man an egg. Whoops. Whoopsie whoops. Whoopsie floops. Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Oh. Oh no. Here's the sounds kind of muted. I can't even see my score while I'm in here, I just realized. What, no elaborate sprite or anything? Just like, yeah, you did it. You can go home now, Blob. It's Super Mario Sunshine Galaxy Deluxe Brothers. Okay, if I have to leave, I have to leave, I guess. Oh! Thanks for not telling me that that's how that works. Like, where's the water? There's water everywhere. That's where the water is. The water's everywhere! You just have to believe in it. I mean, we were doing fine without the prof so far. I'm just gonna say that. And leave it at that. And let you think on that for a bit. Just think for a second. Now I can paint cliff walls. That's unusual. Yep, Blob's now loudly complaining. Of course he is. It's like Blob's one of those people who's like, once he gets started, he never stops going. And no one likes him as a result. What did I... Oh my god, there's probably like a water layer there that I bumped into. Just enough for it to count. You know, Blob, this is why you don't get invited to parties anymore. It's just like you drink one sip of the wrong wine and you just get whiny.